Long travel days can be exhausting, so over time I've learned to think through what I use, what I bring, so it doesn't catch up with me later in the journey. I'm traveling from Denmark to Latin America, and this is what I packed to make my 22-hour long trip manageable. Good morning, you. In this video, I'll show you exactly what I packed to make this trip manageable, and then also stay to the end because it's going to be the one thing that helps me when I actually land. Because when you arrive, that's when you often feel it the most. To avoid neck pain, I have a neck pillow. This one is really nice and I can put it on the washer and it'll be clean again, even if I leave makeup on it. And I've had it for almost 10 years now and it's been my trusty and faithful. You can compress it a little bit and I normally have it on my hand. For the flight itself, it tends to be a little bit cold in the flight and my toes are generally cold, so I always have some socks. This ones I got from a previous flight and I still have them. Otherwise I use ones like the ones I'm wearing right now, like thick socks to keep your feet warm because that makes a huge difference and airplanes are really cold. Yeah, another thing I have a little list so I can remember is that I have a face mask, I think this is the name for it. And this is a blackout, like when I put this on, it will, this will eliminate all the light from the plane and it makes it easier for me to sleep and be a little bit more well rested. This one is nice because it also has that little cover so there will be no light coming in from the bottom and it's very lightweight. I actually got this one from my previous flight as you can see. Oh yeah, also in here I have some, well these socks are for when I arrive because I might take off my stockings, but what I wanted to show you in here is earplugs, and these ones are valuable, especially if you're sitting in a place where there's a child or someone screaming or talking out loud. It's valuable so you can sleep anyway, unless you have some noise cancelling headphones. Depending on where you're sitting, you might get that one with your seat. So in my case, I normally order gluten-free meals, but just in case, I always have gluten-free snacks with me. I have experienced that the airline, for example, offers my meal to someone who maybe doesn't speak English or doesn't quite understand or is half asleep, and they just nod, and then the airline realizes it was a mistake and it was my meal, so there's nothing to offer me. And if the only thing left is pasta, then I might have something of my own, so I'm not like 11 hours in a row with no food, and if I'm very hungry. So in here I have things that are non-perishable, like this is called knäckebröd. It's like dry cookies and some chocolate, some sweets, and so on. Whatever you find acceptable for your trip. A little funny thing I often have is actually a little bag with tea bags, chewing gum, and candy. And that's because in the flight, sometimes they only have black tea. And if you want to sleep, you can actually ask for just hot water. And then you can bring your own tea bag, maybe something that will help you relax a little bit more than caffeine. And I forgot to mention that the candy is because when you sleep in the plane, it's so dry, your mouth is super dry, so you might want something to freshen up a little bit after you wake up. And also it's very important for me to have water along. I also always have water on my handbag. And the way I do it is that I drink the water before I get to the airport, then go through security with my bottle empty, and then on the other side, I can fill it back up. I have experienced some airports that do not have water fountains that is drinkable on the other side. So you can also have frozen water, and since the water is frozen, it does not count as a liquid, so you're allowed to go through security with it as long as there's no little bit water, defrosted water in it. It tends to be really dry in the airplane, so I often have a little bit lotion for my hands, and I also have like a little lipstick or a lip balm or something for my lips not to be super dry throughout the flight. So if your lips get really dry and cracked, that's really uncomfortable. So just having something to put on your lips might prevent that. The same with your skin, and that's why I have lotion. Another thing I often have with me is wipes. These are nice if I have to like wipe the seat, wipe myself. In general, it's nice to have and feel clean and refreshed. So far, are any of these things something you have used or considering to use? Please let me know in the comments. Okay, now going forward, I always have my Apple Watch. As you can see, I use it. It's pretty much my memory to reminders, medication. So to avoid it running out of battery, I have this portable charger, and I have put it together with my power bank. And I put it in here, and then I put my watch. Oops. Oh yeah, it's the wrong side. I put it in here, and then I put my watch on top. It's not super stable, but it has saved me, and as long as you put it on a flat surface, it should be fine. This doubles also for your phone, and if you have like a extra phone with us that is not an iPhone, for example, it has for several brands, so it's really practical. And it also tells you how much there's left, so I can see that I have 85% charge, so I should probably charge it for this trip. A very important part of my trip is actually my walking cane, and this helps me not only move a little bit easier through the airport, but it gives me a little bit balance, and I have a little bit less pain. In this case, this cane is foldable, and I unfortunately lost the little container for it on my last flight, but it is foldable, and when I get to the plane, let me see if I can show you. And when I get to the plane, I simply fold it, and normally there'll be like a little holder to keep it in place. But even though I don't have it, I could use an elastic, but actually if you just put it on the front seat, that is tight enough for it to stay in place. I've had it for 7 years now, and it was actually okay, affordable. If you're interested in any of these things I'm mentioning, I'm going to put them in the description box if it's helpful for you. If you want like a very in-detailed video, let me know. I had actually thought about doing a live stream so you could see exactly what I packed. But these are just some of the essentials for the flight itself. But for when I arrive, something that really saves me a lot is actually this. And this is a massage ball, because when you arrive, or at least when I arrive, I tend to be so sore after hours in sitting upright. So this helps me, I just kind of roll on the wall, and this helps me relax my muscles. And then I use some kind of painkiller, sometimes something I rub or something I ingest, and hopefully I'll get a restful night's sleep. Sophia, yeah. So these are my simple essentials for a manageable long haul flight, and let me know which ones are yours. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you want to see more calm videos like this, please subscribe, and YouTube is about to suggest a similar video like this or similar video to this. I hope you enjoy.